Hi, I am Demian, and 20 days ago I released the demo for my game for Beencremental, and suddenly people all over the world started playing it. To keep it short, here's a quick look at how the current wishlist numbers and how they've been growing over time. For my first game on Steam, I think it's doing pretty great. There's still a long way to go before what I would consider a successful launch, but it definitely feels like it's going on the right tracks. I wanted to make this video as a devlog to share with you guys or just shout into the void a little bit, but mainly as a sort of time capsule. So something I can look back on later and see how my ideas, expectations, and feelings about the project just change over time. A bit of context, I'm a pixel artist. Some of you may know me from my streams, and I'm also currently starting a game development career. I've made a bunch of prototypes, demos, and game jam projects before, but at some point I felt like, okay, I think it's time to actually try and make a commercial game. So getting back into Incremental, I knew roughly how much time I had to make it, and the idea of doing an incremental game came pretty naturally. They usually have short dev cycles, systems don't get insanely complex, and there's a ton of learning resource out there, so it's quite easy to get into one. So I had a genre, but I was still missing the idea. I knew I wanted to sell a strong fantasy, something simple but engaging at the same time. And while watching some YouTube videos, I got into this idea of being like a commander figure, controlling a group, watching the group grow and how it performs. And somehow that turned into this. It started really simple, a small prototype just to test if the idea was fun. And it was. It looked terrible, had no sound, but the core idea of just starting small and building a massive swarm just felt really good. At that point I had a lot of faith in it. Maybe a little bit too much, honestly. I was kind of blinded by it, but I felt very sure about what I was doing and where I wanted to take it. What I wasn't really aware of at all was the time that it would take me. Up until now, I've logged around like 250 hours into the project, which is a lot, and I estimate there's probably like at least 400 more to go until the full release. I'm making the game in Godot, which honestly has been a blessing to work with. It feels smooth, flexible, you can pretty much do whatever you want at this scale without the need to fight the engine or the tools itself. And learning how to use it has been really approachable, like top tier, honestly. Around 150 hours in, I had pretty much everything that's now in the demo, but ugly. And that's when I realized that it was probably time to do a proper polish pass to take all of those systems and actually make them feel good visually, with feedback, with sound, everything. I am solo developing this project, so I handled pretty much everything except for the audio. I am terrible at sound, like really terrible. No ear, no taste, nothing. Funds are pretty limited since I'm paying everything out of pocket, but this was one area that I knew I couldn't mess up, so I reached out to Okurun,
Bukurin. Bukurin.
a friend of mine from the university, and asked if he would be willing in working in my game in the audio, and thankfully he was. Bringing him was one of the best decisions I've made so far. The music sounds amazing, the effects feel great, it just elevated the whole experience and did a job that I could just not simply possibly not do. With that and sound in place, I wrap it all up in the last details and stepped into Steamworks to publish the demo. And that was scary, to say the least. There's a lot of buttons, there's a lot of information, and a lot of stuff that you don't really know about or fully understand at first. It's kinda intimidating, to be honest. Luckily, there are some really good tutorials out there, so I just managed to get through all of the basics and finally hit the publish button. And then nothing. At least first, my whole marketing plan was basically emailing creators and making short form videos in TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, which is pretty much what every indie dev tells you to do when you're just starting out and doing solo dev. So I sent a bunch of emails during the first week and silence. No replies, no videos, nothing. Up until that moment, I was like 150% sure about myself and what I was making, but that week I felt really horrible. Anguish, stress, my right eye twitching constantly, like literally. I was sure the thing I made was fun, but if no one knew about it, there was just a slim chance of it just not taking off, and it all wouldn't have mattered anyway. These thoughts came in Wednesday, I think, and literally the next day, Blitz, a channel with 4.5 million subscribers that I haven't even reached out to, just uploaded a video playing my game. It was funny and relieving, and honestly just amazing to watch someone have fun with something that you've made, and just a lot of people watching it also enjoying themselves. It's really great. After that, I just logged in and kept reaching out to creators, big, small, posting on Reddit, making even more short videos, replying to every single Steam message that I could find in the Steam community, everything I could. By then, I also started making translations. I translated it into 6 languages that I was particularly interested in. And then something really cool started to happen, and even more creators started just picking up the game naturally without me even reaching out to, from all over the world: Italy, Brazil, Russia, India, and just like countless more. You can actually see this in the wishlist graph, all these spikes that you can see line up with YouTubers uploading new videos. And at one point, 3 big idle incremental creators uploaded on the same day. That's this spike right here. That was just crazy to watch. Looking at it now, I think the game is doing much better than what I originally expected. But more than numbers, the experience has been kind of just wild. Seeing people from completely different places enjoying something that you have made, even from languages that you just don't understand, that's a really special feeling to have. And this is just the beginning. I'm probably only like a third into the full journey of releasing the full game, and I have big plans for what's coming next. Steam Next Fest is coming up in June. I think I can reach up to like 3k wishlist before it arrives, and if I'm lucky, maybe 4k. During the festival, I would love to hit 5k in total. I'm trying to keep expectations realistic, like I don't want to overshoot it and then end up disappointed in it, because it's already really fun and I've enjoyed it so far. But yeah, if it goes beyond that, I'll be pretty damn happy. More than anything though, I'm just really happy to be putting my work out there. Just getting feedback, seeing other people engage with the game, being interested in what's to come, joining the communities, that alone just means a lot already. I'm also trying to not burn myself out too much. I can get really focused in and just forget about everything else, like training, just going outside to touch grass, spending time with family, girlfriend, friends. Anyway, so I'm just trying to balance that a bit better, but honestly, I'm just very excited. So yeah, this project means a lot to me, and I'm really looking forward to everything that's coming next. You can try the demo right now, and I would honestly love to hear what you think of it. And if you're interested, you can also join the Discord community. I hope to see you around, and until next video, I guess. Goodbye.